Basically, we're at a point now where information precedes its utility, and then we manufacture a solution out of that. I mean, think about it. How many fitness videos are out there where they mention an issue that you've never heard of, only to, at the very end of this, give you their secret sauce, their secret solution, their whatever. Do these stretches, these exercises, buy this course. But before you had seen that video, you had never considered those problems, or at best, you start wondering, is this a problem that I have? Do I need to fix this? Is this the cause of all my ailments? But oftentimes it's just an example of pattern recognition, a brilliant one still, planted with really, really smooth words, great editing, not too unlike some of these examples maybe. You buy a Honda Accord. Suddenly you see them everywhere. You learn fun, new information about the gym. You learn about pelvic tilts, and suddenly you see them everywhere. You hear about some magical pill that is going to get rid of the rotting meat in your gut, and suddenly you notice, oh my God, I have a stomach ache. Oh my God. What if this is the solution? What if this is the solution to the problem that you didn't realize you had until 5 minutes ago? At the end of this, I'll do a whole breakdown of those kinds of ads, by the way. Sometimes these things do bring awareness to an issue, but more often than not, they're just content to consume or convert you into a customer. And converting you into a customer, getting you to purchase something, is not inherently bad. I do it in my videos. I'm probably going to do it in this one too. But when you look at how the pharmaceutical industry has created pills just to concoct a new disorder that it might be able to treat, you start to see the dark shadow that looms behind this kind of content. You start to see how seamlessly the fitness industry has embraced it. Most of this stuff is just information completely detached from context. I'm going to give you a Mad Lib. Okay, I want you to fill this in. How to verb, number, noun in number days with item. Okay? How to lose 5 pounds in 7 days with Oxy Elite. How to gain 10 pounds in 30 days with HydroWay. You can fill that almost any way you want with any supplement, any product, and chances are there is a study that can validate it. And also, if you came up with one that's kind of funny for that, please put that in the YouTube comments. I'll make that this week's Amazon gift card, whoever gets the most likes for it. We see that glorious headline. We hear that amazing 3-second clip intro that really hooks you in. And we just assume, oh my God, this study must be impeccable. The interest and opinions of the researchers, surely it is completely unbiased. The sample size, oh, it must be tens of thousands of people over decades and decades. The conclusion is surely ironclad, right? That is, until you learn that the study had 14 people over 2 days. It was all self-reported, and of course, the researchers were paid by someone with a vested interest in the outcome. That's assuming that we even decide to look into this study. Even I was guilty of this, and sometimes I still am. Sometimes we see that title, and it's the information that we want to be true. We want it to be accurate, so we don't dig into it quite the same way if it's something that we don't believe in, or if it's something that we know is bullshit. I mean, we see this every few years with the election cycle, right? I mean, here's the thing. I think Orson Scott Card said it best. We question all of our beliefs, except the ones we really believe in and the ones that we never think to question. The most terrifying thing about all these studies is that the companies making them know that they are dangerous. It is possible the study the public sees wasn't even the first attempt at these things, and that they only released the study that did get the conclusion they wanted. And the results of the failed study, I'm putting that in air quotes because I want to be clear, there's no such thing as a failed study, but that study that didn't get the outcome they wanted, that's gone. That got destroyed. Lane Norton has a great story about him studying amino acids for his PhD. He was running a couple studies, trying to attain some conclusions here, and he kept tweaking and tweaking the study. And his professor one day comes up to him and says, "Hey, Lane, have you considered the possibility that maybe the study isn't the issue? Maybe it's just not the outcome you expected, and that you need to accept that." And that's how Lane now runs a lot of his stuff. But I digress. You heard me right. Studies are not required to be published when they conclude. They can redo it as many times as they need and tweak the variables until they get the outcome that they need. Then they burn the previous attempts, making no one the wiser. It's called data dredging or data mining. Imagine a company creates a piece of exercise equipment and wants to show how effective it is at burning calories. So they run this study, they analyze the data, and they find the calorie burn is pretty modest, pretty comparable to other pieces of equipment. And it doesn't stand out the way that they hoped that it would. However, there are a few people, a few subgroups of a specific age, gender, ethnic group, and they notice these people show some promise. So they decide, hey, we're going to run this study one more time. But we're going to do this iteration with just this smaller subgroup, okay? Because they already know what the outcome is going to be with these ones. So they run the study, and then when they release it, oh my gosh, this is just a landmark study. Wow, blah, 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 blah. Look how amazing this is. And they use that to propel their new piece of equipment into the mainstream. Maybe it's not too big of a deal. I mean, if it's just calories after all, yeah, it's a lie, but hey, at least no one's dying. But what about ephedra, omitting the cardiac concerns, or oxyelite and liver toxicity? And trust me, I hear what you're saying. This is kind of going off the rails. Andrew, what the fuck does this have to do with the overwhelming amount of fitness information out there? I bring it up because the fitness industry is now the 24-hour news cycle. Look, I remember a few supplements getting banned when I was younger. It was big news. It mattered. I can't name a single one that has gotten that same treatment in recent years. Can you? What if it's someone out there, your favorite creator, and they're shilling a new supplement? I mean, have you guys seen the video where CoffeeZilla gets a guy to tweet about his own crimes because he didn't read any of the contract where it explicitly said that they were going to trick him into outing every con he's done? Clearly, people are not reading contracts. And not everybody does full breakdowns of their supplement like Derek from More Plates, More Dates. Do you really think your favorite influencer has the ability to understand and challenge the new product that they're shilling? This kind of information is especially damaging because, as I said in the last episode, it gives people a feeling that they're informed. They speak about it in this very convicted way. They're just so confident. They feel no need to challenge their new factoid. And why would they? It's science.
Yes, science.
It's not just the people spreading it through the content, though. It's the professionals. It's the people running these studies to intentionally mislead. And if you think I'm being dramatic about this or exaggerating it in any way, there is an entire book about this called Weaponized Lies. Like, I'm going to bring something up real quick, just really, really quick. Okay, ready? Okay, so that is a graph about gun deaths in Florida. Okay, just give you a quick glance. First look, it seems like Florida made the stand your ground law and gun deaths decreased, right? No, look at it again. It's inverted. So when the data is inconvenient, they just present it in a way to fool us. What the fuck?
Hey guys, thanks for watching that episode. If you got some value out of that, please give me a little subscribe somewhere in there, whether that is on Apple, Spotify, wherever you're listening right now. And you can also find me on TikTok, Instagram, pretty much everywhere, honestly, at AndrewPFM. So yeah, guys, until next time, we'll see y'all later.